So this is Layla, and as you can see, she's got a nice cut on her. She just came up to the barn like this yesterday afternoon. So I wanted to make a video about this because I haven't seen anybody else do it. But I'm going to use a product called Wound-Kote to treat this wound. So of course what I did is I rinsed it off for about 5 minutes. The first 24 hours of a wound, I like to use something a little, more ointment based. So what I used is furazone. It just keeps it nice and moist, and it gives it a good thick coat so no dirt or debris gets into it. But now that it's been over 24 hours, I want it to start scabbing up, so I'm going to use Wound-Kote. Now, you want to make sure that you keep it clean. I'm just going to dry her off a little bit so it sticks. This is a nice clean towel. And get all the excess ointment off of there. This camera light's actually helping me out a lot. So you just want to keep it nice and clean. Don't want to hurt her, but you want to get off all the excess dead stuff. Now, she's happily eating hay, but if this was a horse you didn't know, I would highly recommend tying them up before addressing any wounds because you never know what they're going to do. I probably should still tie her up, but I've had her for 14 years, so I feel comfortable with her. But you still never know. So I'm just going to dry that up to help the ointment stick a little more. And then what you do is you just shake it really well. I'm going to switch hands because I'm right-handed. And now I always like to talk to them and let them know it's okay because she knows she's about to get something on there. So just scratch her up. It's all right. It's okay, Layla. It's all right, Layla. And then you can just apply it in nice strokes going down. It's okay, Layla. Good girl. Good girl. Still a little wet, but I can always apply more after I'm done grooming her. Good girl, Layla. I'm going to wait a few before I put more ointment on there to let that dry a bit. Now, she desperately needs to be groomed, especially since that previous ointment's been running down her. So what I would recommend doing is if you are going to groom them, just use your towel and kind of lay it over it. I know it has all the ointment on it, but you don't want to brush all of that dirt right back into something that you just cleaned off. And this is obviously in a spot that I can't wrap, so I'm just gonna lay that towel on there. It's okay if it gets stained, and then I can brush everything around it, keep it nice and clean, keep all the grooming products out of the wound because you don't want to upset her. And she'll be okay. Oh. So she's happily eating. But some horses really don't like being sprayed. If it was my thoroughbred, I would probably tie her up. So, anyways, I hope this helps somebody. But yeah, you just spray it on there lightly. It doesn't need stitches. If it was any worse than this, I would definitely have your vet out to do stitches or to, to just take a look at it, especially if you're not comfortable treating wounds on your own. It's not something that you want to play around with, because you don't want to get any infection or anything. So I go ahead and lay that on there and start grooming. Bye, Layla.